Hello there, I'm the base manager and welcome to Factory Town. Factory Town is a game about, producing a bunch of stuff and feeding it to your colonists. It's pretty much hybrid between a Factorio and a city management game. But without further ado, let's get into the game. We are going to start a custom game, not a campaign or sandbox, because in this game sandbox pretty much it's dev mode. So we are going to go for a custom game, which is the true sandbox experience. At least in this game. Now, you can let the default settings set. They are, perfectly good enough. However, there is one setting that I like to change, and that is in the map itself. Let's go into the edit, and in map size, let's go into infinite, meaning that you can expand infinitely, even though the map looks rather small. You can then attach the terrain to your map with the money that you are going to produce, and therefore you can just expand infinitely, and there is infinite resources on the map instead of a limited amount. Everything else we are going to set as default, except for the smooth starting area, because smoothing costs advanced resources that we are not going to have for a little bit of time. And now it's time for us to choose a seed. I'm going to be honest, I kinda like this one, but still, let's randomize it a few times. Personally, I like this one. I kinda like if you can have a large starting area without a lot of water in the middle, being annoying. This one is rather good. Unfortunately, the waterways lead nowhere. You see, because if the rivers are connected, you can actually create boats in this game and transport resources through the rivers, but given that these rivers are kind of sucky, we don't want to do that. Okay, I'll randomize a couple of times until I get something that I like. Okay, so I got something that is it's acceptable. You see, we have a large terrain in the middle with plenty of resources from food, wood and other minerals, and then we have this river that connects to the next terrain over here, which means that we can use the water to transport goods, and there is also more connections over here and over here. And that's actually really great because we have the space and we have the connections of the river for future stuff. So let's stop looking at it and let's play the goddamn game. Now, like I said, everything else will be as default, because if you enjoy this game, you can then do a lot of things. Victory conditions, so that we are not confused, there are no victory conditions, but you can set victory conditions should you want to. In this case, we are not going to. So, with all of this done, let's go and create the game. Now, I am going to remove the tips, because, you know what, I don't care too much about them. I kinda like to discover the game by myself. So, this is the first terrain. Like I said, the central terrain, it is kind of important to have a little bit of room and not be filled up with water, because then we are going to have to buy the adjacent terrains, unlocking further resources. But right now, we kind of want to put our city center first, I believe. So let me see if I can find it. Alright, you press B to get the build menu. Let's go into buildings, and now I said let's go into buildings. Oh, come on, game. Could you please stop? I know I haven't played this game for a very long time, but you don't need to be like that. In any case, the very first building that we want is the town center, obviously. So, as we could see, the first most important resources are going to be stone and wood, so we kind of want to put it somewhere in the middle of all of these things. How do I rotate this? Let's put it pointing that way. We can now have wells and houses. That's great. But in any case, first you're going to select your 4 workers that are given to you, and you're going to select a resources, and then going to select your town center. That means that your colonists will now collect resources from the nearby area. They are not just going to collect this tree, they are going to collect all of these trees, and then they are going to continue collecting trees once this patch runs out. As you can see over here, we are getting wood, and that wood is rather important because I'm pretty sure houses cost something, right? You can put the buildings over here, but... oh no, they don't. Houses are free, really? Okay, I'm not going to not going to complain too much, but I kind of want a road, please. Road. Oh, really? Roads are block? Requires a research. Are you sure about that? Nah, in paths there are the footpaths. That's what I kind of wanted. Okay. It's right there. So let's create a small path. But just keep in mind that if your colonists are, your guys are using the road, let's put one right here, they will speed up. However, you should probably, like for future reference, you should probably build either a double road or a triple road, because you are going to have a ton of workers and they kind of bump into each other, so having more than one road is kind of a good idea. But for now, we kind of want to build houses, because as you can see over here, we can only have 4 workers, right? So if you go into buildings, houses, this is the circle of influence for this town center, not warehouse, right? So your town is going to be in here. Now, it's somewhat important that you start clearing out these resources, because you're gonna want a room for your guys, trust me. But right now we don't have a lot of resources, nor do we have a lot of rooms. So what we are going to do, we are going to build a couple of houses that we are able to build. There we go. And now we have more workers, which means we can go over here. Each worker costs a little bit of gold though. So we need to be careful, because we only have 20 coins for now. But in order for you to create coins, you need to sell stuff to the inhabitants of the house. How do you do that? Well, at the first stage you are going to have to do it like this, right? You're going to have to select a resource and drop it directly in the... what is those? Oh, those are carrots. Okay. You will have to select a resource and directly drop it in the house that you want, right? So let's start clearing out these resources. And as you can see, every time they drop off a piece of resource, in this case food, because I'm being stupid, I forgot one thing. Please put it in there. Drop the stuff over there, please. Thank you. Because these are level 1 house, they only accept food. They don't accept other resources. So we are going to select more food. Come here. Nope, I kind of want you to select this and then go sell it to that guy. And I know, slowly but steadily, but we are making a couple of coins, which will allow us to create more workers. Right, so another worker is created. You go grab me some stone, because we are going to need those to build lumber mills and wells, which are a few of the resources that we have available to us, or in this case buildings that we have available to us, because as you can see we have pretty much nothing, right? But that's okay. It's okay. If you, there are several things that you can do to unlock other things. One of those is to upgrade your town center. And as you can see, your town center takes 20 coins, 5 planks and 5 stone. Planks can be built in the lumber mill, as you could probably already imagine, right? So let's collect a few more coins, because I believe I already have the resources available. No, I don't have the stone yet, but we are about to. So yeah, let's create a couple extra workers. Go grab me some stone. Now, this is highly inefficient, okay? But right now we have no choice, because we don't have access to certain resources or buildings. But one thing that you can do to speed up this process is, if you go over here into paths... Okay, I still don't have the chute. Damn it. Alright, that's fine. Like I said, pure brute manpower is the way to go in the early game, but that's perfectly fine. Okay, so with the resources in hand, we can now build a lumber mill. This is going to be a temporary one, because we are going to have to clear this afterwards. but right now we don't have a lot of space nor resources, so we shouldn't be wasting too much. So we built our first production building, the lumber mill. In it, you have to select a recipe, which in this case is going to be planks, not paper. We still are not there yet, but as you can see, planks require 2 wood to make 1 plank, right? And there is a 1 worker inside of that, okay? Keep that in mind, that your worker capacity is also tied not only to your workers, but to your production facilities. You can increase the number of workers if you have the capacity for it. However, it shouldn't be done in the early game, because the more workers you have, the more inefficient the facility is going to be. In any case, let's pause the game for a while. Let's see what is the resources that we have the most. Wood, right? So you are going to deliver your piece of wood, and now I'm going to clear you out of your task, and you are going to supply wood to the lumber mill. How? First, we are going to select we are going to select the piece, and then I'm sorry. You are going to left click on the wood and right click on the lumber mill. That way, he's going to pick up the wood and he's going to deliver it to the lumber mill. And that's great. As you can see, we are now producing planks in the output. There is 1 plank already available. But unfortunately, the guy that is delivering the logs cannot do the same. They cannot bring the plank back. So you're going to need more guys. You stop. We have enough. We have sufficient stone for now. We only need 1 guy over there. In order to speed up the process, let's collect another wood and drop it over there, please. I said let's collect another wood and drop it over there, please. And you are going to collect the planks and you're gonna drop them over there. Right? Reason for that is because you need 2 wood for 1 plank, so you should have 2 workers delivering, 1 wood each, which will then produce 1 plank for the 1 guy to bring back. That's the ratio, so it should be okay. As you can see, the output is going to stay at that given amount, because that was the availability that it had when we start pulling it out, and because it is producing at the same rate as it is being delivered, it shouldn't change too much. In any case, now we can upgrade the town center, which will allow us to build more houses. So we need 20 gold, 5 planks, 5 stone. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And now we unlocked a bunch of stuff. And that's just great, because now we'll be able to start automating a few things. So let's see, what did we unlock? First, we unlocked more houses, and that's just fantastic. I'm sorry. If you press any letters, you automatically start writing in there. In any case, the most important building that you are going to ever build is the markets, is the how should I put it, the retail stores, the places where the goods are sold to the people, given be it the food market, the general store, the school, or other things that you are going to unlock in the future to sell the goods to. Because as you could see, we could sell the goods directly from the resource patch to the house, but that's inefficient, right? Because we have 4 guys delivering resources to 4 houses. That's no bueno. We don't want that. Now, what to do we want is to place this bad boy in a good position that is going to, well, it's going to be somewhat permanent and close within the circle of influence of the town center. So I kind of want to put it close by, like somewhat over here, somewhat like this. Now, my advice: don't build things close to the food market. Reason for that is because right now there is only guys that are walking there and delivering the goods, but in the future you're going to have conveyor rails, and you want space for those conveyor rails to move through, right? Right. In any case, let's grab the guys that are delivering the goods to the houses. You are one of those set guys, go wait over there. You are another one, go wait over there. And you are also one of those guys, go wait over there. And the 4th one is right here. You, come here. Take your time, take your time. Okay, so now we have a market. What we are going to do is we are going to collect the resource and we are going to deposit it directly to the market. And the same with the carrots, like this. Now, one thing that you should be careful with is the fact that we are collecting the resource directly from the patch without a farm is depleting the resources. You can see over there. Over in this corner over there, it has 9 out of 35. Once this resource has been completely depleted, it will go away. You can replant it, okay? Don't be afraid to use the resources. Right now we want to clear this area, so we want to completely use up all the resources because we don't want to destroy. That would be inefficient. Destroy to clear space, that is. But you can save the resource patches if you put a farm next to it. If you put a farm, the resource will not be depleted, it will be collected automatically, but the patch itself will not be depleted. So, right now, what do we need to... Oh shit. Stop. Thank you. Now, what do we need to move to the next level? We need bricks and wheels and more coins. But the coins we are already taking care of. We need to cut the bricks and make the wheels. So how do we do that? Now guys, things have changed slightly since I last played this game. Now, if we want to move to the next level, we need to research the things that are required. Masonry and woodworking each require 25 research points. How do we get research points? Build. We need a school. A school acts like a market for knowledge items. Market is for food items, as you can see over there in the right corner. Those are the items accepted by the market. If we build a school, where the hell am I going to build this school? Like positioning the distribution buildings is, in my opinion, the most difficult part. Because you are never going to be satisfied with what you did, trust me. In the future you are going to always think to yourself, why the hell did I build? Don't I have more resources? Oh, I don't. I have to wait for more resources to be collected, but that's okay. I'm using most of them anyway. Let's build a couple more houses so we have access to more workers. There we go. You can also upgrade the houses if you supply them with planks, but that's a story for later, because we need more wood. There we go. You four guys, collect wood and drop it over there. So, as we could see in the lumber mill, there is one recipe for papers. Papers is considered a knowledge item, as you can see over there in the school inventory. It's papers, books, magic books, stuff like that. But for that, we need to build a lumber mill to produce ourselves said materials, right? And for that, we kind of need a little bit of wood first. So let's wait a little bit while our guys are collecting the resources, and soon we are going to have all the resources that we need, and then we'll move on to that. So, wood is one of the most important resources, and because we are collecting so much of it, it's getting further and further from our town center. We are just collecting as much as we are using to produce planks. That's unfortunate. But luckily for us, we can still build more houses. Just like this, right? Now, one thing that is really, really important, even before we start moving towards town center level 3, would be to unlock the basic logistics. Basic logistics are ultra important because you unlock the chute, and that is just like the most basic stuff that you need to start speeding up the process, right? So I built these two houses for the purpose of unlocking a couple of extra workers, because I need at least one. Why do I need this one? Because, as you could see, let's go back to the research screen, we need red coins. Red coins can be achieved by selling items, not food items. Right, yellow coins is food items. These are like planks and stones, and you can see in the screen right there. Right? What items do we have? We have planks, so let's start selling a couple of planks so that we can get at least 20 coins available to us. Then I'm also going to request a couple extra workers, just 2 of them, to go over here and collect to go over here and collect me wood and drop it in the town center, because we are going to need that wood to build ourselves the... what is it? Lumber mill over here. We need 20 wood. It's going to be difficult to get all that wood. But because we have so many planks, what we could do, we could stop that for a moment. Right, that is going to, you know, fill up the input. Eventually, once the input is full, they are not going to transport any longer, and then we are going to start accumulating some wood. So give me a moment while I get a little bit of wood in my stockpile. Oh, cool! Oh, like I said, things are different from the last time I played the game. As you can see, this guy is no longer supplying planks to this house. Why? Because this house no longer needs planks. This guy is now providing it to other houses, and the second these houses get the 5 planks they need, they automatically move up to level 2, which unlocks us for you could see that it unlocks us further worker capacity. That's just great, because in the early game workers are really important, because they are the manpower of everything. Okay, we have the wood now, so let's go into our buildings, let's select a lumber mill, and let's go over here this way. Now there is 2 ways for you to do this. Either you do it right here, right, close to your town center, which then you are far away from the water, but as you remembered, we unlocked the well. Or, if you don't want to do that, if you want to take advantage of the natural resources of the land, you can simply put the lumber mill on top of the water. As you can see over here, it says linked to 100 and something units of water. That's the units of water that it can pull out, like it's either for minute or per second. In any case, it's too much water. We are not going to need all of that. Let's go over here, make paper, and you are going to see that the water input is going to fill up like almost immediately. Maybe that's per minute and not per second, but as you can see, water is going up really fast. Let's get another worker. You supply the wood. How much wood per piece of paper? 1. That's okay. That's okay. Now let's help out our friend over here by building him a path to the trees. You'll see that next time he's going to use the path and be much quicker with his movement, which is going to make him far more efficient. Now let's build another worker. You, my friend, you are going to take the paper and you are going to deliver it directly to the school. And guess what? We are going to even build you a small path, because I'm that good of a guy. See? Fantastic! You can now use the road and be much quicker about it. And you see, 1 research point per paper. It's not a lot, but that means we need to deliver 50 papers. We already have the coins that we need, and yeah, now that all the houses have been unlocked, is just delivering planks to the houses that need the planks for happiness purpose, no longer for increasing your level purpose. But in any case, you can stop now. We have enough coins. I don't want to waste all my planks, please, so stop that. Put the plank in there. Thank you, my friend. Now come over here so I can see you, and let's see, what resource could we need? More wood. More wood. Go over there. You resume operations. Great, everything is going according to plan. Now it's just a matter of speeding up the process over here by having additional workers, because of course, nothing that additional workers cannot do. Pure manpower solves everything, and this is like the Stone Age technology-wise, so we need a lot of people. And as you can see, people are bumping into each other and forcing themselves out of the road or to do weird pathing. That's why you should always have at least a double path. This way, your guys will always be able to walk through the path instead of the grass, and that is going to save you a little bit of time. But like I said, now I'm just going to wait a little bit until we get a research point. I don't want to keep spending coins, hiring guys that we are not going to need. So yeah, give us a moment, please. Alright, the last piece of paper is now underway. Fantastic, we now have the 50 pieces we need and we have the 20 coins. Let's get the basic logistics. Great, we just got the stuff that we need. Hey, where is the chute? Oh, right here. Let's not... I can explain to you how this works. It's quite simple. It is a physical... what is it? It's still lock? Oh, I need woodworking, god damn it. Okay. That's fine, okay. Once again, it's just a matter of time. Once I get the materials, I will unlock that, and then we'll be able to see chutes working as a means to increase the efficiency of the production lines. Great, we have the materials that we need, woodworking completed, that's fantastic, because we needed the workshop, but the chute is the most important thing, and everything that we just unlock is fantastic. Trust me on this. So, building chute. It takes planks to build these bad boys, okay? But it's totally 100% worth it. Why? Because this thing speed ups the way. Whoa. No. That's not the way I want it. I want to build it the other way. You want to build it this way. Okay, so now I just need to select everybody that is working on woodworking, because it's kind of a mess. All of you are working in here, right? I think they are. And you'll see that we don't need these guys. Like at least this many. There we go. So pretty much what we are going to do with them, we are going to once again select the tree, and then we are going to make them deposit the log on the edge of the chute. And as you can see, the resources will roll by themselves into the collection building. And you have no idea how much this speeds things up. Like you'll be able to see our wood starts to skyrocketing, and you can use this to for most resources. Not all of the resources can be shooted, but most of them can. And an easy way for you to tell is, for example, as you can see, this guy is transporting something that is round. If it is round, it can probably be shooted. Now, I would not advise you to build chutes into your food market, because this is a physical barrier. Let me see. You are supplying wood to that guy over there, right? One of you is doing something he shouldn't. You, why ain't you moving? Come over here. Let's make an example out of you. This is a physical barrier. If I want to go over there, I have to go all the way around it. Okay, so always keep that in mind, because you might be blocking yourself out of your paths, and that's not great. Now, you will no longer need to be working on that, because yeah, you have way too many workers on the wood front. I kind of want to bring you over here, because there is other things that you can use. Now, when it comes to chutes, there is one thing that is important to keep in mind, is elevation, okay? You cannot shoot things up, only down, okay? So if you have elevation, like for example, I don't want to waste the materials, but I'm mostly certain that I'll get them back, right? If I make a chute like this, where is the stone dude? You, deposit that over there. You'll see that the resource will not roll. Meow. Yeah, so always take in consideration elevation. Always put the first tile, the tile that you want to be deposited, on a higher elevation than the rest. Like, as you could see, like, for example, if you are 2 tiles elevated... how do I deconstruct things, by the way? How do I deconstruct things? That's kind of important. Maybe that's it. Destroy? Yeah, that's the stuff. Now, if you put the resources, for example, how should I put it? 2 tiles high, and in the way there is 1 tile elevation, the resource will acquire enough speed to overcome that elevation, okay? But always keep that in mind. It's not a good thing to have chutes going up, because this is an unpowered movement of resources. But I think that's enough explanation. You probably got it already, so let's move on. Now, the final thing that we will want to build for this episode is the workshop. The workshop is a very important building that we are going to require right now. As per usual, this is purely temporary. This is going to leave once we have a better production line, but right now I need it to be close to my stuff, right? Why? Because in here we are going to make one of the awesomest items ever, the wood wheel. Why it is so awesome, you will see. You will see. Two workers, you supply planks here, you take wheel there. Two planks for one wheel, so the ratio is right. Why wheels are so great? Because they unlock one of the best workers ever, or at least the best worker that you are going to have in the very early game, which is the wagon. Now, while the wagon cannot mine resources, it can transport resources much more efficiently than a worker can. A worker can only transport one resource at a time. A wagon, I believe, can transport 5 resources at a time, and we are going to put it to great use once we have another wheel available to us. Please, thank you. And it also only costs 1 worker. Right? Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I'm accumulating paper over there. So, wagon, you're going to collect that paper and you're going to put it over there. Now, how much resources? No, it's 4 resources, not 5 resources. Okay, I was mistaken. But this is like, we have 4 guys delivering, this is the equivalent to 4 guys delivering the thingy, which is actually what we have. So let's put them to the side. Okay, so these are the 4 guys delivering the paper. They will no longer be working on that. Let's see, I want another one of these, please. Another wagon. Thank you. Collect the papers, deliver it over there, and you guys, I'm sorry, you're fired. See, this is why I didn't want to spend the money on workers, because all of these guys, we are going to fire them eventually. But yeah, guys, so this was the very first episode of Factory Town. I hope that you have enjoyed it. This is a very nice game, a peaceful and relaxing game, without too much pressure. So if you need something to relax, this is something that I would highly advise you. But in any case, like I said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and so would consider subscribing to help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!